Here's a similar problem to the last one. We want to find the empirical formula. We know that it's 56.29% phosphorus and the rest is sulfur. So if they don't tell you how much the rest is, we know that the total has to add up to 100%. So if you subtract the 56.29 from 100, you'll get 43.71% sulfur. So we're going to follow the same steps. Step one is assume we have 100 grams, so that makes our percentages equal to the number of grams. 56.29 grams of phosphorus, and we want to turn grams of phosphorus into moles of phosphorus. The molar mass on the periodic table, 30.97, gives us 1.817565 moles of phosphorus. We're going to do the same thing with the 43.71 grams of sulfur. Different molar mass from the periodic table, 32.07 grams for 1 mole of sulfur. And the sulfur is 1.362956 moles. So we found the moles. Now we have to divide both of these numbers by the smaller, and 1.362956 is the smaller number. So when we do this for the sulfur, that's going to obviously give us 1. When we do this for the phosphorus, 1.8 divided by 1.3, that's going to give us an answer of 1.3335 phosphorus. Now, the last problem, everything worked out to be very close to a whole number at this point. 1.33 is too far away to round it down to a 1. We can't round it up to a 1.5. We can't definitely round it up to a 2. So when you get to a point like this, where you have a decimal, you may have to multiply all of your numbers by either 2 or 3, 4 or 5 or 6 to make them all whole numbers. Now, the more comfortable you are with decimals or fractions, the easier this is. 1.3335, and that was for phosphorus, and we had 1 for the sulfur. If I try multiplying by 2, I'm not going to get a whole number. If I try multiplying by 3, I will, because 1.333, that's in fraction form 1 1/3. So that's why multiplying by 3 is going to make this a whole number. But I have to do that for both the phosphorus and the sulfur. When I multiply 1 1/3 times 3, this is going to give me 4. So 1.3335 is not exactly 1 1/3, but when I multiply by 3, it's going to give me 3.99 something, so it's going to be close enough to call it 4. The sulfur was a 1, we multiply by 3, so obviously that's just a 3. So if I put that together, my chemical formula, my subscripts, I have a 4 on the phosphorus and a 3 on the sulfur.